Hi there and welcome to Chickfoodtv. I'm Patty Malcolm and today I'm going to show you how to make an Indian samosa. So let's get started. We're going to start with our ingredients to make our dough, which we're going to need all-purpose flour unbleached, some cumin seed, a little salt, a little bit of oil, and water, and that's it. It's a really simple dough to make. So let's get started with that. We'll get the dough and then get it set aside to rest, and then we'll go to the filling. So we're going to put our flour in, our cumin seeds, our salts, and the oil. And we're going to get in there with our hands and we're just going to kind of get the oil to mix in. It'll start to kind of form into little clumps, and that's what you want. Really mix it in there good. We want to make this dough a hard dough, not a soft dough. And so we're going to put the water in slowly. That's better. It's getting more balls in here. Little dough balls. And all these measurements are going to be at chickfoodtv.com like always, and you can print out the recipe there. Okay, I'm going to start adding the water now. And we're just going to put a little bit in at a time. Making a little bit of a mess. I always do. And I never wear an apron. Okay, it's starting to come together. I think that's just about all we need of the water. So we'll get both the hands in there. So this is what happens when you make dough. You make a mess. You know, us food bloggers, we make everything look really pretty, all the pictures, and the food does turn out really pretty. But the preparation can get messy. And that's just the reality of it. Okay, that's a nice hard dough. Then you're going to put it on a flat surface. Get that out of the way. We're going to knead it some more. It's kind of a tricep workout. Who needs to go to yoga when you can make bread dough or samosa dough? Okay, we're starting to get to where we want. It's definitely the right consistency because it's hard. So let's make a ball. And I'm just gonna set this aside in a bowl. I'm gonna put it back in this bowl where the flour was. And I'm gonna put a wet towel on it to keep the top from drying out while we prepare our other ingredients. Okay, so we have our dough resting and we're gonna move on to building the filling for the samosa. So let's talk about what ingredients that you're gonna need. I've got some boiled potatoes, about 5 potatoes that I peeled and boiled. I've got green peas. I've got coriander seed. I've got cumin seed. We've got some ginger that's minced. And in here I've got garam masala, chili powder, and a little bit of coriander powder. And then we have mint and cilantro, and I just have it mixed in here. And the measurements will be on chickfoodtv.com. So let's get started. I'm going to actually start with the cumin seeds in a pan and the ginger. So let's turn on the stove top and put in a little bit of a neutral oil here. And let's get those cumin seeds in there. I'm going to give that just a minute and then I'm going to add the ginger. And then we're going to also warm up, we're going to lightly toast our coriander seeds. So I'm going to put those in another pan. We'll turn that on. And I'm going to do that on a low setting. You want to watch those. You want to make sure not to over toast those. So that's been about a minute. Let's put in our ginger. Give it a good stir. So So it looks like our coriander seeds are done. And before I get into the potatoes, I'm gonna go ahead and take the coriander seeds and I'm just gonna put them on my cutting board here. Now you can do this in a mortar and pestle. I usually do, but today I'm just gonna do it for camera's sake right here. And my mortar and pestle's back there. So I'm just gonna take and crush them. And then they're going to go into the potato mixture. And that smells so good. Okay. So I've got my coriander seeds smashed. I'm just going to add them. And then I'm going to take the mixture of cumin seeds. You know what, that's still hot, so I'm just going to get into kneading the potatoes with my fingers. And we still want to keep it kind of chunky. This would be fun if you have kids, to get them involved. Kids love to get their hands into food. It's just something fun that the whole family can do together. I loved to cook when I was a kid. I used to make cookies for my parents, and then I learned how to make different pasta dishes, and I used to surprise them when they came home. And I used to make my dad these gigantic peanut butter cookies, and he loved them so much. Okay, that's nice and worked in. Now I'm gonna wipe my hands, and I'm gonna add in the stuff from the stove, our ginger and our cumin seed. And then I'm going to add my cilantro and mint. And then my garam masala, chili powder, and coriander powder. That didn't happen, you didn't see that, just pretend that that didn't happen. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt, and it's really just salt, how much you like, and the peas. And then I think that's everything. I'm gonna start mixing the mixture together and really mix it well. You want all the flavors to be evenly distributed. And I know I always say this, but guys, this smells so good. I love Indian food. I just love food. This one's gonna be a really green samosa. I went a little heavy with the cilantro because I had a lot of extra cilantro in the fridge, which I don't mind at all, because I like it a lot. Okay, I'm just gonna clean up a little bit, and then we're gonna move into our dough. And we're gonna fill these and then fry them on the stovetop. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so our dough has rested a while. We got our ingredients, the filling ready. So I'm gonna take the dough out. I've got my oil on the stovetop heating up. And let's start making our little cones to fill. I'm gonna work it just a little bit more, and it's the perfect consistency that I wanted. So we're gonna take and pull it apart in little balls. And it's really up to you what size you wanna make your samosas, but that's where I like to start. And then with a rolling pin, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on it just to help keep the dough from sticking to it. Okay. And we're gonna roll it out. We're gonna roll it out really thin. And I'm not the best at getting perfect rounds. You know, you wanna roll it out like a small tortilla. And if I don't get the perfect round, that's okay. I just trim off some of the edges to make it more round. Okay, I'm just gonna trim off a little bit. That's good. And I'm gonna cut it in half. And I'm gonna take some water. I'm gonna put a little bit of water on it because we want it to stick. We're gonna fold it up and stick it together into a cone shape and then fill it. Easy. Then stretch up the sides a little bit. Put a little more water and close it up. Flip it over and kind of bend it so it can kind of sit up. That one's cute. I like it. Turned out good. See, this is my second one. By like the sixth one, I'm gonna nail it. Okay, so that one's even a little bit bigger than the first one. So I'm gonna place it in the frying pan. And this is pretty self-explanatory. You just heat up the oil, get it nice and hot, and then fry. Fry until golden brown and delicious. As I make more samosas and these are cooking, I'm just gonna give them a nice little flip here. And let those cook another couple minutes. Okay, so I've got 2 ready to take out. I'm just gonna put them on paper towel and let them drain a little bit. And I've got several more to go. It looks like I've got about 6 more to go. So I'm just gonna finish cooking these up and then I'll be back and we'll take a bite, try it out. Okay, so we're back and I just finished frying up all my samosas and we're gonna try a bite. So look at how pretty that turned out. I love them, I'm so excited. I've got some mint cilantro chutney and you can find this recipe on my website. So check that out and let's take a bite. And you know the drill. I'm just gonna say, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. And as always, follow me on social. So let's eat. Yummy. Dip it in there. Oh yeah. Bye. Till next time. And did I just put food in my hair?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.